Some lottery winners have dreamt it, followed their intuition, or experienced synchronicities before hitting the jackpot. And I know exactly what this is like because before I won the Powerball in 1999, I had a very vivid dream about it shortly before it happened. And recently, there are several new winners around the world who are making headlines as we speak. Let's start out in New Jersey. In September of 2025, an Ocean City man said he dreamt that he won the lottery. He woke up around 3:30 in the morning. The dream was so vivid, he had to check his Jersey Cash 5 ticket. And sure enough, he had matched all 5 numbers, scoring a jackpot of over $1 million. Of course, after he saw that the numbers matched, he couldn't go back to sleep, and so he called a family member. But what do you think about this dream? Do you think it's a coincidence, or do you think there's something more to it? I find it completely fascinating because this happened to me, and it happens to people all the time, having precognitive experiences about things or dreams about things before they happen in real life. Switching over to the U.S. state of Michigan, a 48-year-old woman from Wayne County just scored big on a Michigan Jackpot online instant game. She said she had been lucky playing this game and she had a gut feeling she would win one day. And then in August, that intuition actually came true when she hit a jackpot of over $400,000. She said, and I quote, "I was in the middle of playing and started screaming and crying when the winning amount of $403,069 popped up on the screen." She described it as overwhelming, exciting, and a huge blessing. Congratulations to her. Now that is the type of inner nudge that we all need to feel. Then in North Carolina, Christopher Sink recently purchased a $50 scratch-off after having an urge to play himself. He told lottery officials, "Sometimes you have a gut feeling. It just happened to be my lucky day." That ticket scored him a $10 million jackpot. He said, and I quote, "I was really nervous at first. It was kind of a crazy feeling." After he saw that he won, he reportedly was staring at his ticket, and then he started to have a fear of what would happen. He didn't want to lose it. He was afraid that the wind even might blow it away. But thankfully, it did not. He held on to it. Interestingly enough, 1 week before this major win, he also won $10,000 on a different ticket. He definitely seems to have luck on his side, which raises the question, was this just a coincidence or is there something more going on? Regardless, it's an incredible win and we love to host him on this podcast. Then recently in Maryland, a man noticed a truck in front of him with the license plate 19363. It stood out to him, so he played it in the Pick 5 drawing. The very next day, those exact digits hit, and he won $200,000. He told lottery officials, and I quote, "I was grasping for air. I was so happy." Was this a coincidence, or was it the universe showing him these license plate numbers? You decide, but it's a fantastic story, and it shows that there are all kinds of strategies for winning the lottery. He's not the first person that has won on license plate numbers, and he will not be the last, but it's a fantastic story. Switching over to New Zealand, there is a couple who say that they could not sleep because they had a hunch about their lottery ticket. So they checked the ticket and they saw that they won a massive 12.5 million Powerball prize. So it's a 12 million hunch come true. And it reminds me of an interview I did with Anne Canavan, who won a 1 million Euro Millions prize in Northern Ireland. But the night that she won, she described an unusual feeling that the lottery was taking place. She said it was very unusual and it's not something she would normally think about, but that particular night when she won, it popped into her head and she was thinking about it as it was happening. You can check that interview out. We'll put a link to it below. But in Asia recently, a South Korean woman recently dreamed of the famous actor Byeon Un-sak. He actually had a halo around him in her dream. He gave her a warm hug and handed her a prize. And many of us have dreams about celebrities, but what makes this one different is the very next day she won the lottery. scoring a jackpot worth nearly 2 billion won or 1.5 million USD. Her and her husband thanked the actor online for bringing them luck, and it went viral on social media. The famous actor himself got wind of it and responded. And the final story in this particular video takes us to Lee County, North Carolina, where Ricky Nunnery Jr. hit it big on a scratch ticket after having his own dream about it. He won a massive $1 million top prize and told lottery officials, and I quote, "I dreamed that I would hit it big on the lottery." He then admitted to following a gut feeling and said, "Something just told me to play." He chose the lump sum option with a $600,000 payout before taxes. He plans to use his winnings to pay bills and invest. He told lottery officials, and I quote, "I'm tickled to death with this." And can you really blame him? And of course, I've met and interviewed several other lottery winners on this channel who have dreamt about it first, but it's so interesting to see how their stories compare or contrast to my own. Some people dream the numbers, and some people apparently dream of famous actors giving them a prize the night before they win a 2 billion jackpot. It's incredible. So in just the past few weeks, we've seen lottery winners with 3 powerful themes: dreams that seemed to predict reality, gut feelings that pushed people to act, and external signs like license plates that lined up perfectly. Are these coincidences, manifestation, or intuition at work? That's for you to decide. But life-changing wins can happen to anyone, and they do all the time. Of course, play responsibly if you play the lottery. Never spend more than you can afford to lose, but these types of stories are incredibly interesting. It happened to me, and it happens to people all over the world all the time. I meet and interview people on this channel who have had similar experiences. We will put links to some of these interviews below this video. And one thing that I also want to say is that I have noticed a similarity in signs that some people experience before major life changes. I actually made a list of 8 of them for free. You can check that out. I will link to it right here. But what about you? Have you ever had a dream, a hunch, or a sign that felt like it was pointing you to something big? And what do you think of these lottery stories? Share your story in the comments. If you like this video, let me and YouTube's algorithm know by smashing the like button, subscribing, and hitting the bell icon to be notified when new videos just like this one are released on this channel. Remember, always play responsibly if you play the lottery. Destiny favors the dreamers. Anything and everything is possible. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support.
And the big jump is if you can go from that 9th word to complete a 10th word, you get the jackpot, 750,000, $750,000. So I'm scratching it off. I see the U, I see the N, I see the D, I see the O, and then I let out a scream. I have my windows up in my car, and then I scream. Ah! I whip it out and I scan the ticket, and it says, "You're a winner, $750,000. Please file a claim." So at that moment, then the exhilaration, like an adrenaline rush, it just rushed through me, and it's just kind of euphoric. You don't even know, it just hits you like a sledgehammer.
Did you ever think that you would win a jackpot like this before it happened?
Oh, absolutely.